Alrighty, Mormons. ABC4 Utah last night revealed that the state of Utah finally got around to altering the state constitution to conform with the United States Constitution on one issue. Did you know what that issue is? That issue is slavery. Slavery was still legal in Utah until yesterday. Oh my God. Unbelievable. State of Utah guilty of slavery. Does anybody even care about the Constitution? We're all focused on, oh, we want democracy so that we can rule over other people who are in the minority. We want the right to vote so that we can suppress the rights of others. Come on, people. Do you even understand what a constitution is all about? The United States Constitution says it is the supreme law of the land. Not the legislature. No, not the executive. Definitely not the executive. Not the judiciary. The Constitution is the supreme law. Nobody gets this. And here we have the reason why. The Constitution says no state, no legislative law by the representatives in the legislature, no executive order, no judicial judgment can violate people's rights inalienably guaranteed in the United States Constitution, unless there happens to be something that the Founding Fathers missed and that needs an amendment for in the Constitution to ensure that the rights of everyone get life, liberty, property. And so the amendment for women, the amendment for blacks, they had to clarify definitions, because when it says man, they interpret it as white man for some weird reason, rather than mankind, humans. Unbelievable. So, yeah, Utah. Unbelievable. The slave state. Unbelievable. So again, further proof that the church is for slavery. Church runs the government. Do you understand that? You know, just look at the midterms. The church stepped in to compel the state legislature to alter medical marijuana, Prop 2, that Utahns voted in favor for. Church interfered. Church has been interfering in lots of other elections. Homosexuals is the big one that the church has been trying to interfere with. The church theology is 3 kingdoms of glory. The theology of the church is also Satan rebelled in heaven because he didn't get to have his plan implemented. And his plan of salvation was forced compliance. Everybody must obey and cannot violate his laws in order to save each and every single person in the highest degree of the celestial kingdom. Wow. So if you get married to the wrong person, sorry, you're stuck with them for eternity. That's how horrible Lucifer's plan is, and is presented in the actual theology of the church. That it's a bad thing to do. You can't take away people's agency. If they don't want to be celestial, don't force them. Don't torture them. Don't punish them. And yet the church is going around forcing their highest degree of celestial kingdom theology on the rest of the nation, pushing for religious rights over all the other constitutional rights. And we know exactly what they mean by this. With the Colorado baker, they put in the friend of the court petition saying, do not allow those homosexuals to purchase food from a bakery. You know, that's what it turned out to be. You know, it had nothing to do with, you know, disapproving of gay marriage. This was an attack on humans. And the church is for discrimination and punishment of persons who they believe are not of their highest quality of standards. That's satanic evidence right there. People are not supposed to be forced into the church. And now you have Desnat, Deseret Nation, an organization that is now formed within the church that is intent on murdering those who do not comply with the presidents of the church. It's a Danite militia, as Brigham Young had ordered and organized within Joseph's church, unbeknownst to Joseph Smith. They're back. And yeah, it was ABC4 News that broke the Desnat Twitter group. So yeah, ABC4 News Utah, they're kicking butt lately on all these breaking stories. Unbelievable, Mormons. Do you seriously worship Lucifer? Seriously? And you think you can fool all of us by calling him Jesus? It's unbelievable. The hatred you have, the abusive nature that you have as a result of the teachings of the prophets. They're the cause. That Desnat group, they're all thinking, oh, we just want people to comply to the prophets because that'll save the nation. Oh man. You can't justify wickedness. You can't justify crime. You know, just watch The Sopranos. If you're not familiar, I'm watching The Sopranos. I'm nearing the end of it, but this is RICO territory. Utah, I did the other video, I posted the link to the Utah law that is equivalent to the RICO in the federal law. So they got that law right. But nobody is going to hold the church accountable, are they? Because everybody is paid or a member of the church in order to keep their crimes out of the courts. That's why you can't take the church to court in Utah. You have to get an outsider. And even then it's tough. You know, like I said, King Mosiah in the Book of Mormon warned against having a wicked king in power. And we're seeing that with Trump, but we're seeing it with the church too. The church is corrupt, and we can't stop them. Nobody will step up and say, hey guys, you're out of line. You got to stop. You know, the ordained women, they excommunicated the leader But now they're allowing slacks for women. Oh, gee, that's nice. Well, aren't you going to bring back the woman you excommunicated? No. Oh, you changed the temple tax so that women no longer obey their husband? But it doesn't exist outside of the temple? Unbelievable, the hatred and the abuse and the corruption and the on and on and on. It's just horrifying. And yet you guys you're not coming to my videos about having me. I destroyed the church. Yeah, it wasn't really me, it was the church, but I'm the one pointing it out, that it's gone, it doesn't exist. See, because when I took philosophy of science, we learned about Christians, not Mormons, Christians. And Mormons, you don't get it. You can't change definitions to conform to something of nonconformity. And if you don't understand what I meant by that, yeah, that's why you don't get it. You're not Christian. You have temples. You have a mother in heaven. You have gods with bodies of flesh and bone that are separate individuals. That's not Christianity. That's not Christian doctrine. That's not Christian theology. You're not Christian. Technically, you're pagan. Even though Christians use that word pagan as Christians use today, cult. Cult is not really a bad word. Occult, yes. Cult, no. Occult, yes. Cult, no. But yes, the church is an occult because they worship Satan. His plan of salvation dominates this church. I just went over it with you. Church wants to force everybody to obey them, so to save everyone. That's Satan's plan. Thus, the church is the church of Satan. And here you see from the news, you know, I don't want to have the sound clip because I don't know if ABC4 Utah is paranoid about people using their stories like MSNBC does. So I don't want it blocked because this information needs to get out to you guys. You guys are murderers with the Desnat group. You guys are abusers. I've already gone over Reid Hammond, my former bishop, who gave me the ultimatum threat. Stop posting the video that Adam is responsible for the fall, because it says so in the Book of Mormon. Adam fell that men might be, men are that they might have joy. Where's Eve? She's not there, is she? And then go to the Doctrine and Covenants. Oh, but the Salations of the Book of Moses has the exact same quoting from the Bible. Yeah, you didn't read the context, first of all. Second of all, that's plagiarism part. You're supposed to look at what's different in his Joseph Smith revision, which is wrongly called translation by the church. The reorganized church called it the revised version. It's the Mormons who call it the Joseph Smith translation. It's not a translation. Dum 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 dum. South Park. South Park, guys. Ah, man. So this is unbelievable. The church is gone, but they're refusing to go. And Mormons are refusing to walk out. Because that's what you do when corruption emerges. You immediately stop it. You do not allow it to continue. You do not tolerate it. You do not accept it. You do not embrace it. You do not embolden it. And the Christian doctrines of, oh, we just need to forgive and give them a second chance. No, you got to first hold them accountable. When they've served their time, when they've made restitution, then you give them the second chance. You don't give second chances after they commit the crime and don't do the time, don't get punished, don't get held accountable. Because then they go, oh, I can do it whenever I want. They'll just forgive me. Sorry, Christians, you've misinterpreted your Jesus Bible. And so, yeah, I mean, The Simpsons is great for exposing that. Homer Simpson keeps abusing Ned Flanders, the Christian. You know, Ned Flanders believes that he needs to be a good Christian and allow Homer to abuse him on a regular daily basis. And he doesn't like it, but he has no choice because that's what his God, he thinks, wants him to do. And so Homer takes advantage of him. And so Homer's garage is full of Ned Flanders stuff. And yeah, the Simpsons are trying to tell you Christians, you guys are wrong. And Mormons, you too, if you're thinking you're going to adopt Christian doctrines into your religion. You can't claim to be Christian and then say, oh, well, I guess we need to conform to Christian doctrines too. Screw Joseph in the Book of Mormon. That's what that's what the reorganized church did when they became the... is it the reorganized? I think it was reorganized that became the Community of Christ. They became the Community of Christ in order to conform to the Christian coalition and be included as a Christian religion. And as a result, they had to give up the Book of Mormon. So is that what you want, Mormons? Are you wanting to disregard Joseph Smith? Are you wanting to give up the Book of Mormon? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to be Christian? You know, Christian's the easy religion. You can commit all kinds of crime, all types of sin. All you have to do is right before you die, I believe in Jesus, and you're in. There's only a heaven and hell there. And even the hell is in question because Christians don't want anybody to go into hell. So we'll just say, oh, please, just believe in Jesus. God will be merciful and allow criminals and violent abusers and pedophiles and rapists to go to heaven too, because God loves them. He'll forgive them. Yeah, I want to be a part of that church. Not. But that's what you Mormons are trying to change the church into. When you talk about feelings as truth, as facts, as evidence, you're conforming to the wisdom of the world or wisdom of other churches. You are not the true Church of Jesus. And I've gone over this with the Sermon on the Mount and other stuff. So, Mormons, what's going on here? Are you trying to fight corruption by being more corrupt? Because it doesn't work that way either. So, yeah, just wanted to pass that along. Slavery, finally, has been banned in Utah. But they're going to call it a different name. Yeah, I'm in slavery. Everybody who works at a job that gets paid less than a living wage for themselves and a full family are in slavery. Utah won't deal with that issue. So, wow. Mormon Church has to go down. If it's not going to be over translation, because not enough people are clicking on the translation subject, but they're putting a lot of thumbs down, those who do go. So, guys, it's over. Just quit. Just say, let God and let go. You don't need to go to church under that philosophy. Oh, I'm just letting God deal with it. Yeah, pass me another beer. I like beer. I drink beer. Men like beer. Women like beer. I like beer. If you don't know what I'm mocking here, oh, there are a lot of Mormon boys who put that boy in a position of power and had his first so too last night.